the fact that they didn't go to the moon and all of that, that's a lie. So I'm like, if we are all are under one system, then whatever they're calling planets, are these just outer lands that we just haven't explored yet, or is this it?
It depends on where your level of consciousness in the spectrum of creation, because it's a collapsible concept. What I mean by that is, based on the double slit experiment, certain people will perceive the Earth as an infinite plane, flat. But based on the double slit experiment, other people that's observing will see orbs form. These are called particles. And when these orbs form, you are at a different part of the spectrum of creation perception. Right? So both of them right, but both of them wrong, depending on which angle you're looking from. It's subjective.
Well, yeah, I have a lot. I wrote some things down, but I don't want to take up too much time. But I do want to also touch on that, because they have this waters above and the waters below, and I actually just saw a video today again when I was looking for the question about the waters that they found underneath the ocean, like they actually have footage of, and the density of that water is a little different. How do they explain that? Because that would mean it's based on your previous answer now, where I'm positioned at, and so would that mean that am I drawn to a different area, or are we, or whoever we are we drawn to a certain part of the realm innately based on how the system is constructed? The divine system, the divine structure of it all.
Well,
I don't know if that makes sense.
You ever hear is where your attention go is what determines your perspective.
Right.
Right. When they say the water's above, look what an atmospheric river is. The atmospheric rivers are still up there. They didn't go nowhere. But when they breach, they send down what's called tsunami rains, or not tsunami rains, torrential rains, like in the rainforest. Right. And now if they change direction, they create other weather-related phenomena. Where attention goes, energy flows. That's what I was looking for.
Okay. And also wanted to touch on free energy, and I don't know if you're aware of the previous civilization before this one, the Tartarian civilization.
Tartaria ain't what people keep saying. They got it all. They got the concept slightly off. Tartaria in the Bible is called Tartarus.
Mm-hmm. I think that was us, but I think that's been whitewashed.
Tartarus was the civilization that was on the landmass that breached the atmosphere and froze, flash froze. We know it as the coldest desert in the world, as described in the book of Enoch. And Tartarus, or Tartaria, is under the ice in Antarctica. That's why, remember when you talked about the map being flipped and the brother was showing it in the museum?
Yeah.
That's why they keep talking about it was in Siberia. It's in the exact opposite place on the other side of the planet. It's in the Earth has changed in shape since then, or in content or location of the continents. But before the Great War and explosion of what's known in Sanskrit as the GINDJAB, the planet destroyer in Sumeria. Before that, the Earth had mostly tropical climate all over. Now you have seasonal climate.
I've heard that.
It's the adjustment for the shift in the atmosphere and the change in the surface of the planet and the shift in the orbit in relation to the solar orb. I think all this shit made up, though. I think it's just a hologram, and this is the perception of the hologram.
Wow. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to answer. I have a whole lot of notes, but I know I can't take up too much of the time. I know other people have questions, and I appreciate you taking the time out.
Thank you for coming up, Jackie.
Thank you,
You
Mom.
too.
Thank you. So good to see you.
Okay. Next question, Rod. I'm gonna do 2 more questions and probably 1 more person to come up. But the next question is, what is the mitochondria, and how is it related to Big Mama?
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of all of your cells, and it's inherited from the mother. And it traces back to the first woman. Right? So all of the women on Earth are sisters in mitochondrial terms. Men can't pass mitochondria. The mitochondrial Eve, as they call her, we would refer to her as Big Mama, and because we all related to her. She all our grandmama at the same time. Right? Prime creator we call Big Mama because the symbol of representation is what we call the Black Madonna or the Dark Mother, primordial noon. And the center of the zodiac in Tartaria is, I don't think you know you're on film. And hey,
it's me. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Peace and blessings to everyone. Brother Chief, hello, sir, to you.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on.
Yes. My name is Goddess Tay, and I'm here. You guys have a question for me. I have questions for you. What's going on?
Come on with your questions, girl. Let's see what you're talking about.
Okay. So this is my thing, brother. I'm on a journey to figure out and find out who I am, right? I was raised by my great-grandmother, who I've never seen walk into a church house, praise anyone, but she never stopped anyone from doing it. I was told that her mother was a full-blooded Cherokee Indian, but my grandmother did not like taking pictures, and she don't like talking about herself. She just liked taking care of her kids. So now I'm going through a thing where I'm asking all my cousins and stuff. They like, I don't know, because nobody like really knows like what was up with her. But let me tell you, she made Sunday dinner every Sunday of my life for her kids and her grandkids and her great-grandkids. Every Sunday, all my aunties, uncles came over, played cards. All the kids is over there. We grew up in the projects. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She raised all her kids, grandkids, great-grandkids in the projects. I'm a project baby. But now I'm having a hard time trying to figure out like who I am and what I am, because she never talked about herself. But it was just in her actions that I just like, she was so cold, you know what I mean? And she Big Mama, she's my great-grandmother. Like I was raised by my great-grandmother, and I was the last grandchild she raised. And none of my cousins was jealous of me because they know I'm the last baby. You know what I mean? But I also feel like I was put on this earth for a reason. I was born with a extra digit finger when I was born. I feel like I had a miraculous birth. My mother couldn't take care of me for 6 months when I was first born because she almost died with me. And I just have this big energy inside of me that I feel like I can jump up and touch the sky because I know my ancestors, you know, is within me. But it's just like, what do I do when I'm trying to figure out who I really am and nobody in my family seems to really know? So how do you go from there?
Okay.
A lot of our history, believe it or not, is actually written down more than we believe. The family line, the family line, we used to keep a family book. All of the Big Mamas had a family book. We know it today as the family Bible.
Okay.
And if you find her old Bible, she probably got names in the Bible for you to research and find out who they was in order to find out who you are.
Got it.
Right. So that's where she put a lot of and if she kept a journal, she probably wrote about it in there.
She kept a numbers book. You know, my family, they used to bet on them dogs and them horses.
That was her money book. Her number book was her
Yes.
money book.
Books and books and books of numbers. I'm talking about books and books and books.
Learn numerology, you can translate them numbers into words.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm one of the most powerful beings on this planet, and I don't even know what to tell people. You know what I mean? Like, my energy is just too much for people. I'm a hermit. I have to stay in the house so people think like I'm just too much, and I can't stop being who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that you don't know who you are, but I feel it in me. I feel like Mama's source run all through me, and my ancestors are right here by my side at all times. So I just carry myself differently than a lot of people.
You have to start shifting your warrior energy to change your war story to a love story.
Ooh, that's deep.
A lot of the sisters are stuck in war mode because we've been at war so long that we can't get out of that energy.
Uh-huh.
And you the last grandbaby your big mama raised, you the one she coming back through.
Trying to tell you, I feel it.
She left clues she was gonna come back through you because that's why you was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
She can't go nowhere till she raised you.
Oh yeah.
Cause she gotta make sure. Yeah, she gotta make sure you got that fire, just like her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I love that. I so appreciate that. I love that. Thank you for that. And I'm gonna turn this warrior energy into a love story.
That's the hard part.
Right.
Nice having you.
Right.
It's nice to have you come up. Let me get some more questions.
Peace and blessings. Thank you, sister.
Okay, hope to see you in the next some of my
other for videos. Sure. Brother Chief, thank you for fighting for us. I'm ready to go to war. If we don't have to, it's okay, but I'm ready.
I know.
Period. Thank you guys.
See you later,
God bless you.
All right.
So Rod, can you, because they were saying in the chat to go back to the mitochondria. Apparently they want to hear you elaborate a little bit more on the mitochondria and the relations to Big Mama.
Okay, so when we talk mitochondrial E, we talking about Big Mama. Now the energy signature of this, right? Women can control the DNA.
How do I get them down? Again?
Go to the top again, where your name at. Tap it.
Yeah.
Now it should give you the option to let her out. Okay, so when we talk about galactic Big Mama, in the 13th seat, there's the zodiac. Sits the lady in the form of a hippopotamus with an alligator span and tail holding a meat cleaver. This is the goddess Tawaret or Ta'ert, the oldest deity ever discovered on Earth. And this is who all of the gods of Egypt gave homage to. Right? So when we say Big Mama, she's represented by the voluptuous body of a voluptuous woman. Right? Like the Venus of Warlendorf, the oldest representation of a goddess in Europe. Right? All of these things was usurped by a patriarchal agenda to usurp the divine feminine and to take the earth from the women. The soil of the earth carries in free radical form the mitochondria, but it doesn't carry the DNA in a free radical form. The DNA has to be composed of amino acids that's made up of vitamins. This is why vitamins and minerals are so important, because it's the nutritional foundation for the organism. So when we talk mitochondria, none of us could live on Earth without it, because the Earth would turn us off before we could touch the ground. Dedicated, because